The sun was sliding low over Wari, painting the rusted zinc rooftops in a harsh orange glow. Okada horns blared, children chased each other barefoot across the dusty street, and vendors shouted out prices for roasted corn and suya. Ifeanyi adjusted the strap of his worn leather bag as he left the small mechanic workshop where he worked. At 32, life hadn't exactly gone the way he once dreamed. Every day was a struggle between bills, endless responsibilities, and the quiet weight of disappointment he carried on his shoulders. His mind was already racing through the evening, buy kerosene, pick up bread, send small money to his younger sister in school. At Jakpa Junction, the traffic was choking as usual. He stopped by a kiosk to buy pure water when he noticed him. A man, tall and lean, dressed too simply to be noticed by most, faded shirt, old trousers, slippers. Yet something about him made people step aside unconsciously, as though he carried an authority that didn't match his clothes. The man's eyes found Ifeanyi, steady and piercing. He smiled faintly. "You look troubled, my son," he said in a calm, deep voice. Ifeanyi frowned, thrown off. "Do I know you?" The man shook his head. "Not yet, but I know you." He turned slowly as if to leave. Then he paused and added, "Be careful. Before the month ends, you will face a choice. One path leads to loss, the other to freedom. Don't mistake them." And just like that, he stepped into the moving crowd and was gone. Ifeanyi stood frozen, the sachet of water dripping in his hand, his heart pounding with a mix of fear and curiosity. Who was that man? And what did he mean? For days, Ifeanyi tried to push the encounter out of his mind. Wari was full of street prophets and self-proclaimed seers, men who threw vague warnings around like confetti, hoping one would stick. Still, something about the man's eyes refused to leave him. By the second week of the month, life pressed harder. The workshop's owner, Master Keen, announced they might have to lay off one of the younger apprentices because business was bad. "Customers' day run from us," he muttered, wiping his oily hands on a rag. "If things no change, Samavuna go pack go house." That night, Ifeanyi sat with his childhood friend, Osos, at a roadside beer parlor. They shared a bottle of Star and a plate of pepper soup. "My guy, forget that thing," Osos said, tearing at the meat with his teeth. "Na delta we day. If you no hustle sharp, nobody send you. Opportunity no day fall from sky." Ifeanyi nodded, but his mind wasn't fully there. His phone buzzed, a message from his younger sister in Benin City. "Bros, please, I need money urgently. Exam registration deadline is Friday. If I miss it, I'll have to wait till next year." Ifeanyi's stomach sank. He checked his bank balance, barely enough to survive the week. He put the phone down, his chest tight. That night, lying on his thin mattress in the one-room apartment, he stared at the ceiling fan creaking above him. The stranger's words echoed in his head. "Before the month ends, you will face a choice. One path leads to loss, the other to freedom. Don't mistake them." 2 days later, the choice came. Osos showed up at the workshop grinning. "Ifeanyi, I get one business. Quick cash. We just move some spare parts from the back of the shop. Customer go pay us big. No receipt, no wahala, no small hustle." Ifeanyi froze. He knew exactly what Osos meant. It wasn't just spare parts. It was stealing from Master Keen. Easy money. Enough to help his sister. Enough to breathe. But the stranger's warning thundered in his head. Loss or freedom? Which path was which? The workshop was almost empty when Osos cornered him. The apprentices had gone, the air smelled of grease and petrol, and Master Keen was locking up in the front. "Ifeanyi, this not the chance," Osos whispered urgently. "One night only. I don't already arrange with the beer. 200,000 straight. Bros, think I'm your sister, no go miss her exam. Obby you go just watch her cry." The words cut deep. He imagined the days in Benin, sitting outside the exam hall while others filed in. Her dreams of graduating pushed back by another year. He swallowed hard. Osos, this thing no clean. Osos scoffed. Clean no day feed person. Nahu sharp day chop. Think am well, my guy. That night, Ifeanyi barely slept. The fan hummed, mosquitoes whined, and the stranger's warning replayed in his head like a stubborn echo. By dawn, he had decided. When Osos came by to finalize the plan, Ifeanyi shook his head. I know fit. This one no betrayal. Master keen trust me. If I spoil that trust, no me go lose. Osos cursed under his breath, eyes narrowing. You day dull yourself. Opportunity no day come twice. He stormed off. 2 days later, the consequences arrived. At the workshop, shouts erupted. Master Keen had discovered the back store broken into, several expensive parts missing. The apprentices gathered, nervous and wide-eyed. Thief day among us. Keen roared, slamming his palm on the workbench. His eyes darted around before fixing on Ifeanyi. Now you get the key to that store. You go explain. Ifeanyi's chest tightened. His protests tumbled out, but suspicion hung heavy in the air. And then, through the open window, he saw him, the stranger, standing across the road, leaning casually against a pole, watching. His expression calm, unreadable. Their eyes met, and in that instant, Ifeanyi felt a strange conviction settle over him. This wasn't just chance. This was the path. But was it loss? Or freedom? I know do am. Ifeanyi's voice cracked as Master Keen's accusation echoed through the workshop. I swear, I no touch anything from that store. But suspicion is a heavy thing. The apprentices muttered among themselves, some glancing at him with pity, others with quiet judgment. Keen's glare was sharp. You fit swear on your life. Because if police enter this matter, person go suffer. Ifeanyi's palms were slick with sweat. He wanted to shout, to fight, to drag Osos' name into the open. But how could he prove anything, without dragging himself down? Master, I no be thief, he said finally, voice low but steady. Keen studied him for a long moment, then snapped, go home. Till I clear this matter, no show face here again. The words hit like a hammer, suspended, his only source of income gone. Just like that. That evening, Ifeanyi wandered aimlessly through Wari's streets. His thoughts a storm. The stranger's words haunted him. At Ephron roundabout, he spotted him again calm, unmoving, as though he had been waiting. Ifeanyi approached slowly, anger rising. Why you day follow me? Who you be? The man's gaze was steady. I told you a choice would come. You took the harder path, and now the fire has begun. Do not fear, it is only fire that tests the strength of iron. Fire, Ifeanyi snapped. My life don't scatter. I no get work, no get money. My sister day wait for exam fee and you day talk riddle for me. The man stepped closer, his presence strangely steadying. You have not lost. You are being refined. Hold on. Soon you will see why this must happen. Before Ifeanyi could reply, the man melted into the crowd, once more vanishing like smoke. Back in his small room that night, Ifeanyi stared at Adi's unread message on his phone. His chest felt heavy, his head pounding. How much longer could he endure this refining fire? And who, truly, was the Counsel? 3 days passed in a haze. Ifeanyi stayed mostly indoors, restless and broke. His sister's calls piled up unanswered. Each ring was a reminder of his failure. By the 4th day, hunger pushed him outside. He walked to a roadside buka, hoping to buy gari on credit. As he waited, he felt it again, that unshakable awareness. Someone was near. He turned. The stranger was seated at a plastic table in the corner, calmly sipping a bottle of malt as though he had been expecting him. This time, Ifeanyi didn't hesitate. He walked straight over. Ogre, enough. Who you be? You don't scatter my head with your words. You won't help me or you just day play with me? The man's eyes were gentle but firm. I am no ordinary passerby, Ifeanyi. I was sent to you. Call me the Counsel. The Counsel, Ifeanyi echoed, almost laughing. Abig, wetin that one mean? You go fit pay my sister's school fees. You go fit clear my name for workshop. The man leaned forward. You think your trial is punishment, but it is positioning. If you had followed Osas, by now you would be in police custody. Or worse, the loss of your job is pain. Yes, but it is also protection. Ifeanyi froze. The words sank deep. He hadn't thought of it that way. The counsel continued, you are stronger than you believe. But strength is only revealed in fire. Soon, a door will open. When it does, you must walk through with courage. Later that night, Osas appeared at Ifeanyi's door, sweating and frantic. Guy, hide me. Police day find me. The parts we move Wahala Don burst. The beer no pay, instead he set us up. 2 of the boys don already enter cell. Ifeanyi's blood ran cold. He stared at his old friend, trembling, desperate. And in that moment, he understood the counsel's words. The loss of your job is pain, but also protection. Osas paced Ifeanyi's small room like a trapped animal, sweat dripping down his face. Abig, my guy, hide me just for tonight. Tomorrow I go find way run go Benin. If dem catch me, no finish be that. Ifeanyi's chest was tight. This was his childhood friend, the one who had shared meals with him when they both had nothing. But harboring him now meant aligning with his crime. The counsel's voice echoed in his head. Soon, a door will open. When it does, you must walk through with courage. He stood slowly. Osas, I know fit. This path where you choose don't spoil. If I cover you, no me go join your wahala. I know go do am. Osas stopped pacing, his eyes wild. So you go just throw me away. After all we done hustle together. Now you throw yourself, Ifeanyi said quietly, go. Silence stretched heavy between them. Then Osas spat on the floor, muttered a curse, and stormed out into the night. The next morning, Ifeanyi received an unexpected call. It was Master Keen. Ifeanyi, come workshop now. I want see you. Fear knotted his stomach, but he went. When he arrived, he found Keen sitting with a middle-aged man in a crisp white shirt. The man smiled warmly. This is Engineer Chukwudi, Keen explained. He's starting a new automotive company here in Delta. I tell him about you hard-working, honest. He say he needs somebody like you for supervisory role. Ifeanyi blinked, hardly believing what he heard. Supervisory, me? Chukwudi nodded. Yes, I don hear say your name enter small wahala recently. But Keen stand for you. He say you no be thief. I trust his word. Salary go better, and opportunities day grow from here. Ifeanyi's knees almost gave way. The door had opened just as the counsel promised. That evening, as he walked home, he spotted the stranger once more, standing quietly under a neem tree, hands clasped behind his back. Ifeanyi approached, heart full. You were right. Everything you say day happen. Who truly sent you? The counsel smiled faintly. Your prayers did, and your faith even when you thought you had none. Remember this, Ifeanyi, life will test you, but the fire is never to destroy. It is to reveal. And just like before, he turned and disappeared into the fading crowd. Weeks passed, and Ifeanyi's life began to change. The new job under Engineer Chukwudi was unlike anything he had known. He was no longer just tightening bolts and changing tires. He was overseeing apprentices, learning business skills, even attending training sessions in Asoba. For the first time, he sent money home to Adaze without fear of running dry. Her joyful voice over the phone made his chest swell. Brothers, God bless you. I know miss my exams. Next year, I go graduate. Sometimes at night, Ifeanyi would sit by his small window, looking out at the noisy Delta streets. And think of the man, the counsel. Who was he, really? An angel, a prophet, just a wise wanderer? The questions no longer troubled him. What mattered was what he had learned, that loss can sometimes be protection, and trials, though painful, can lead to transformation. One Sunday evening, as he returned from church, he caught sight of a familiar figure by the roadside, the same calm posture, the same watchful eyes. The counsel smiled as Ifeanyi approached. "You've done well, son. You chose integrity over quick gain. You embraced the fire instead of running. Now you are stronger." Ifeanyi's throat tightened. "I don't know who you are, but you changed my life." The counsel placed a hand on his shoulder. "No, the change was always inside you. I only reminded you. Remember, life is not about avoiding the fire, it is about enduring it until you shine." Before Ifeanyi could reply, the man stepped into the crowd once more, swallowed by the evening bustle. This time, Ifeanyi didn't chase him. He simply stood there, smiling, because he understood now. The fire had refined him, the counsel had guided him, and life, though still gritty and uncertain, had opened into something brighter.